Happy late Halloween, everybody. This is Anna and Avery bringing you the MMS News for the week. Sorry for that technical difficulty with our opening. Hopefully everything else runs smoothly.
Thanks, Avery and Anna. Now we have Top 10 Candy of 2013. Number 10, Tootsie Rolls. Number 9, Skittles. 8, Whoppers. 7, Sour Patch Kids. 6, Twix. 5, Rainbow Nerds. 4, Starburst. 3, Smarties. 2, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And number 1, Kit Kats. We got all of our info at kidsworld.com. Now back to Anna and Avery introducing another story.
Sorry for these technical difficulties. We are working on fixing the sound.
Movie detective here. Want to know a scary story? How about Insidious? The director is James Wan and the writer is Leigh Whannell. This scary movie came out in 2010. The cast of this thriller is Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, Lynn Shay, and Barbara Hershey as the starring roles. 3 months later, from a new family's move-in, Dalton, one of the children, is moved back to his home while still in a concussion from 3 months earlier. Shortly after disturbing events began to occur, the first is when Renee hears a voice on the baby monitor which screams, "I want it now." Then the parents find a bloody handprint on Dalton's bed and a strange but frightening man in their daughter's bedroom. Renee comes from more disturbed when their youngest son, Foster, says he does not like it when Dalton walks around at night. Renee tells Josh about the events, but when she is founded by that strange man one night, she begs Josh and the family to soon move to another house. I'm not telling you more. I'm not going to be a spoiler. The MMS rating for this scary thriller is 10 out of 10. Trust me on this. Movie detector out.
Here's Sam and Ryan with the 3 movie myths.
Hi MMS, having a scary week? Well, here are all 3 movie myths.
Number 3. In The Wizard of Oz, as Dorothy, Scarecrow, and Tin Man head down the Yellow Brick Road, a mysterious thing is in a tree in the background. Some believed it was a munchkin hanging himself, but it was actually an exotic bird from the zoo that they were borrowing to try and shoot the movie.
2. In 1964, a movie called Goldfinger starring James Bond, an actress was completely painted gold and pretended to be dead, but it actually made her go to annexation, which means she could not breathe. The pain actually made her skin stop breathing, and she had to be rushed to the hospital.
Number 1. The Blair Witch movie was supposedly a documentary, which after 1 year was used as a documentary after it was released. It was found to be a fictional story and had caused the creation of other found footage movies such as popular paranormal activity movies. Stay beautiful, MMS.
Beautiful.
Now here's a scary video games by Kenny and Noah.
If you're looking for something to play that will go with the Halloween mood, these games will be good for a scare. But due to the graphic nature of some of these games, they have mature ratings, so player discretion is advised. Another thing is that all of these games are single player, so don't expect that you can have a bunch of your friends playing at the same time.
Okay, one of the 3 games we're going to talk about is Amnesia, the Darkest Descent, which is a game where you wake up in a house with no memory and you need to escape. Beware of enemies. Be careful because there are enemies that can jump out at any time. You can buy this game at www.amnesiagame.com for $20.
Another game you should get is Outlast, which is a game about reporter Miles Upshur who is exploring Mount Massive Asylum and trying to survive long enough by running past and hiding from the enemies and guards that want to stop you from discovering their dark secret. You can buy this game on Steam for $20.
The last game we're going to tell you about is Slender the 8 Pages, because this wouldn't be a Halloween article without mentioning this game. Slender is played is played by trying to run through the forest and collect 8 pages about him. With every page you collect, he gets more mad and will chase you more. Remember, he can teleport to you at any time. This game is free and you can play at can be found at
www.parsicproductions.net/slender.
Now it's me with a spooky story about Stateville's haunted prison with Avery on the side.
We are going to tell you about the scariest haunted prison ever.
Come, let the prisoners of Stateville Haunted Prison take you on a tour of the underworld of this house of evil.
It is closed on Mondays, and its hours are Thursday and Sunday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Is it good for kids? No.
If you want to find out more, visit the site at statesvillehauntedprison.com.
Or call them at 815-741-9791. Here it is again. 815-741-9719.
On the ratings, it got 98 points out of 100 points possible.
And it got 10 skulls. Skulls is how you rate haunted houses instead of stars.
You'll know when it's open because the music starts playing and a 50 caliber gun starts firing. It might take a while to notice, but the lines are actually herded like prisoners.
I hope you're not scared because we are about to tell you about it.
When you finally get to the front of the line, you will be greeted with ancient walls and meet with monsters.
You will run into some of the most dangerous monsters ever prisonized. Hannibal the Cannibal, the Clown, Dr. Verhoff and his maniacs are around every corner coming for you.
Go to Lockport, Illinois to witness the prison. You must ascend your way through the Halloween halls of the City of the Dead. The ticket price is $30, but it's worth your wait.
It is underground, so you must find your way above ground. But don't get too excited because they say, and I quote, no one gets out. And now we go to Savannah and Zach with the world's longest haunted house.
The longest walk-through haunted house in the world goes to a cutting-edge haunted house.
This haunted house is just spooktacular.
The location of this haunted house is 1701 East Lancaster Avenue in Fort Worth, Texas.
Adult tickets are $30 plus tax and $2.75 service fee. Children tickets are $25 plus tax and $2.75 service fee.
Even the zombies, ghouls, evil clowns, and other undead creatures that work there have to practice.
They run treadmills months before to build their stamina so they can make you run for your life.
We add a lot of B vitamins to their blood smoothies to help them keep going, says James.
I don't know if it really helps, but it gives them a psychological boost anyways.
This really spooky haunted house started scaring people this year on the 23rd and is ending tomorrow. That was a lot of days to scare you if you went.
Well, that's all for now. Bye-bye.
Now it's Stacy and Summer with Top 10 Halloween Costumes of 2013.
Hey! This is the top 10 costumes of Halloween, brought to you by
Stacy and
me.
which is Summer. Number 10 is Daft Punk.
Number 9 is a 1920s flapper. Number 8 is Batman.
Number 7 is a Game of Thrones character.
Number 6 is Minecraft characters.
Number 5 is Miley Cyrus.
Number 4 is the cast of Duck Dynasty.
Number 3 is a fox from What Does the Fox Say?
Number 2 is the characters from the movie Breaking Bad.
And the number 1 Halloween costume for 2013 is a Despicable Me minion. We got all of our information off of mooseradio.com.
Back to you, Ann and Avery. Thanks for listening, MMS.
Now let's go to our resident MMS food critic with a haunted restaurant.
The Grill House restaurant is definitely haunted. Marisa Wagner eyes sparkle when she talks about Jack. Jack is fun to have a resident ghost, she says, although she wouldn't exactly call him a tourist attraction. Jack does make life there a little more interesting. Jack is the nickname given to a legendary ghost of a lumberjack who was killed in a barroom knife fight in 1847 at the Herbert House, a former stagecoach stop and boarding house for local lumberjacks. Marisa and her husband Dan bought the place about 10 years ago and renamed it the Grill House. It turns out they may have gotten more than they bargained for. Marisa recited an Italian of out-of-the-ordinary things attributed to Jack. Glasses fall off the bar when no one is around. The lights, radios, and television go on and off on times, and there are no electrical problems. Doors unexpectedly open and close. Water faucets turn on by themselves. Sometimes they hear footsteps at night. That's all for this week, MMS. So stay hungry and hold on to your food, because you never know when your restaurant might be haunted.
Now let's go to haunted places in Chicago with Jacob and Sam D.
Top 5 most haunted places in Chicago.
Number 1, Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Bachelor's Grove is a forgotten, lonely, and ransacked cemetery. Sam. 2, Resurrection Cemetery. In the early 1930s, a young woman known as Resurrection Mary went dancing with her boyfriend. Then they got into an argument. She left and began walking up Archer Road. And later, she was hit by a car and left to die. Since then, people have reported seeing a blonde woman in her 30s party dress hitchhiking. Some have picked her up and say that she was quite formal and her skin was cool to touch. Once Mary reaches her destination, Resurrection Cemetery, she darts toward the gate only to disappear.
Number 3, Jane Addams Hull House. Jane Addams ran the Hull House, a settlement house that took in recently arrived European immigrants. Charles Hull's wife died in her bedroom, which Jane stays in until she was disturbed by constant footsteps from no one. There is also a legend of a devil baby born to the Addams. Jane Addams took in the child, who was born with pointed ears, scaly skin, and a tail.
Sam. Number 4, Red Lion Pub. The pub has a reputation to be Chicago's most haunted pub. It's across the street from the biography theater where John Dillinger was shot.
Number 5, Chicago Water Tower. After the fire swept through the area and left the area charred, the water tower stood over Chicago's charred streets.
Sorry, we seem to still be having problems with the cameras. Hopefully Mr. Reardon fixes this soon.
Here's Stacy with a how to take care of your pet on Halloween.
Thanks, Anna and Avery. Every year, dogs and cats are harmed on Halloween, mostly because of their own owner's carelessness. Remember to never give your furry friend any candy. That includes chocolate, candy, and anything else you know he shouldn't have. If he does snatch some from the stash, call the vet immediately. Also, your pet may make like a ghost and disappear out the door when you're greeting trick-or-treaters. Try keeping him in an enclosed area so he doesn't escape. He should have his info on his tag anyways. Doorbells may make your pet anxious and sometimes a little frightened. Try putting a sign on your door that says knock instead. Remember these safety tips for next year's Spook Fest. Back to you, girls.
Time for Tatiana and Sydney to tell us about the biggest pumpkin.
Welcome. What we'll be talking about today is the world's biggest pumpkin. We were pretty impressed last year when Ron Wallace of Rhode Island grew a pumpkin weighing an astounding 2,009 pounds. But little did we know this year would bring a new champ for the title of the world's largest pumpkin. A California man has broken the world record for the largest pumpkin ever grown, weighing, wait for it, a whopping 2,032 pounds. Wow.
Tim and Susan Matheson grew a squash that also weighed 2,032 pounds. Wow, what a coincidence. The pumpkin was grown in their backyard for 105 days, which set the record at the 23rd annual Giant Pumpkin Weigh-Off. This pumpkin was grown using the 2009 Wallace seed crossed with the 1054 seed. The video of it being weighed can be watched on YouTube by searching up "The Great Pumpkin!" MP4. Big congratulations to Tim on this amazing pumpkin. Have a hunting day, MMS.
Bye.
Let's take it to Rachel with an interview on Mr. Horse called Eyes on the Hall.
My friends have been telling me about this project you guys are doing in 7A. Can you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah, well, one thing we talk about in 7th grade is how to come up with a good idea, the creative process. So one project that some of the classes did was to build a Halloween costume as a class project.
Cool. So, what do you plan on being for Halloween?
Well, like I said, it's not really anything describable. It's just my own creation, a monster.
Well, can you show us any images of it?
Sure. Here's the, this is the mask here, which was built out of plaster. It started from a bicycle helmet, so you can see the bicycle helmet down underneath here, and that'll sit on top of my head. And then the rest of it was built with these styrofoam masks and kind of attached them on one at a time. This is all plaster that was put on. It starts off like this here in a roll, and then it works kind of like paper mache. You just kind of tear off a piece and dunk it in water and put it on piece by piece by piece, and then it hardens when it dries.
That must be hard.
So then the whole thing kind of sits on top of your head, up top like this.
Cool. Now, I know you're a grown-up, but do you like to go trick-or-treating?
You know, I haven't been trick-or-treating for many years. I do like chocolate though, so maybe I'll sneak in this year and join with the kids.
Is Halloween your favorite holiday?
I think it just might be my favorite holiday. Why? You get to make awesome costumes. You don't have to go and hang out with your family for hours and hours. There's no Christmas carols. There's no sing-alongs or anything like that. Just a good excuse to have fun. And it's also the day at school where everyone is having fun.
Okay. Now, what was your favorite costume when you were a kid?
I wanted to be. I always wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid, so one year my mom helped me make an astronaut costume out of just stuff that we had at home. It was fun.
Cool. Well, that's it.
We have just received this update regarding the world's largest pumpkin. We have just uncovered what has happened to the world's largest pumpkin. It seems that even this pumpkin can't hide from being carved. Scary.
Stay classy, MMS.
This is how we get ready for news. Come on.
Started?
Kanye was
Nawiqua, Vaniqua.
Banana Kiwa.
Tatiana was in the way. You couldn't. Alright. Someone else. No, Tatiana.
Baniqua. Thanks to everyone who voted, and as always,
okay. Can I do the last sentence?
Yeah.
It says make sure, make sure.
All right, this is take 2, Mr. Reardon. Save Josh's close-up face for the outtake reel. Yeah, or what's the hardest math problem? Are you sitting down or standing up? I just adjusted my camera. Why don't you sit down? Do you feel good?
You do 12, it's a kill
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
That's trending now.
Well, that's for now. See ya.